around as per the floor plan. The thermal wrap and the tires go up at the same time with the back bearing. It's a process that goes up one tire at a time, providing the thermal wrap and burial support for the tires as they go up, again following the floor plan. The cisterns go in at this point in the appropriate place, and rebar pins go in to anchor the bond beam, which is formed by aluminum cans, to the tire work. The birdcage steel goes in at the same time, anchored into the bond beam itself. The birdcage is a form for a ferro-cement vaulted roof structure. Here you can see how it is anchored into the bond beam with the steel. It is set up to receive several coats of plaster and be a ferro-cement dome. The little footing across the front will take some framing as per the architectural drawings, non-bearing framing, just filling in for glass and a door. The vaults are then plastered, and the first coat of plaster usually has some fiber in it to make it so it doesn't go through the mesh that is inserted underneath the rebar. And like I say, 3 or 4 coats of plaster gives us a ferro-cement dome that's very safe, very lightweight. Next we would be looking at the masonry work of aluminum cans going up around the vaults with a batter slightly leaning in, and a wrap of insulation, and then filled with dirt for a very simple thermal roof detail that will allow us a plane of earth on which to pour a slab that will give us a basic slab roof. We usually put insulation down there depending on the climate before we pour the slab. The slab then will drain into the cisterns. This is using bottle or can masonry to form up for the dirt. We usually put a vapor barrier in right after the insulation as well under the slab. And then we bring the same detail around the little vaults, cap the thermal wrap, and bring the earth up for the final burial, and there's the gutter going into the cistern. Now we have the cisterns being wrapped in insulation and the final burial and shaping of earth going on to wrap the building. The front face greenhouse carpentry goes in, and the insulation on top of the greenhouse, the metal flashing. The place for the panels is delineated and they're installed. The operable gravity skylight is installed, and the building is essentially put together. At this point, we insulate the tire work in front of the greenhouse, put metal over it, bring up a burial there to snug the building in, and we are looking at the basic structure being done. Then planting goes in the botanical cells and landscaping, and we end up with a simple survival model Earthship. Drawings, architectural drawings for the systems will accompany this. Now we're looking inside the room, out toward the botanical cells, which are planted as soon as possible. Again, drawings for them are in the architectural set of how to achieve that. So this is the overview of the building. Now we're looking at doing replications, as it is possible to do this in 2Us, 3Us, 4Us, however many you want. The same process is applied to make a full-on home, as many rooms as you want. Taking this basic model and turning it into quite a large home if necessary. It is a very simple set of details to put together, to replicate several times over and make a proven Earthship with all systems working.
Do you ever walk into a grocery store and realize you have no idea where your food is coming from? From GMOs to pesticides, today healthy food is hard to come by. But what if you could grow your own food, year-round, no matter where you live? Enter Valhalla.
Valhalla is a community of people hell-bent on making communal, sustainable living mainstream. Together, we can build the world that our hearts tells us is possible.
So, we've acquired a 60-acre piece of land 20 minutes away from Montreal, and now we want to do something amazing with it.
We live in a time of extremes. Technology has enabled us to either cause great harm or make tremendous strides.
We want to make that choice an easy one, so we've launched a project that will do just that.
We are creating a prototype of the farm of the future, a 100% off-the-grid greenhouse that will produce vegetables, fruits, and fish year-round, all in an automated way that will require very little maintenance.
Now I know this sounds expensive, but in reality, this model is not only affordable, it pays for itself in 3 to 7 years solely off the food it produces, depending on how much you can build yourself. It helps you greatly reduce your grocery bill while helping you become more green. Now who doesn't want that?
Instead of reinventing the wheel, we will stand on the shoulders of giants by combining the 3 most promising technology for a sustainable future: Earthships, aquaponics, and passive solar greenhouse.
Earthships are sustainable structures designed and developed by Michael Reynolds. Technology enables a greenhouse to be 100% off the grid by using passive ventilation, geothermal heating, water collection, and renewable energy. It also allows the greenhouse to be made at an affordable price using recycled materials. Aquaponics is a symbiotic system incorporating fish and plants that automates the production of a large amount of diverse food. Passive solar greenhouses capitalize on the cycle of the sun to maximize heat and solar gain, even in a freezing cold climate.
Can you imagine walking into your own greenhouse, smelling the fresh basil, picking your own lettuce, tomato, and avocado for tonight's dinner? This could be your reality.
This is why it is our goal to bring easy, healthy, green food production into the cultural forefront and pave the way towards a sustainable future.
The funds from this Kickstarter will go towards the materials to build the first prototype for the farm of the future.
We are filming and documenting the entire process so we can provide the plans at a very affordable price so everyone can access them.
By supporting our project, you're an integral part in the shift towards our collective dream.
Help us push this revolution forward by contributing and sharing.
We
are Valhalla.
Our mission is to make communal sustainable living mainstream, as we believe many of the world's ills can be solved through communal sustainable living. So, we're building a network of 100% off-the-grid communities, starting here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
We're documenting the entire process to show others how to build their own communities and to show the world that communal sustainable living is awesome, feasible, and necessary. We're not a protest, we're a solution.
We are building a 100% off-the-grid community on 60 acres of land, just 20 minutes from downtown Montreal. Now what will we have in this community? Well, it'll start with a giant 2-story community center Earthship, gardens, greenhouses, livestock, homes, and so much more.
An Earthship is a 100% off-the-grid structure invented by Michael Reynolds. Earthships use modern engineering to work with the natural processes of the planet, resulting in free and automated generation of food, water, and energy. All your basic needs are met at zero cost to you. They utilize the principle of thermal mass to stay around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, about 20 degrees Celsius, in even the most extreme climates, without any electric heating or cooling. They're also much cheaper than conventional homes and are made of mostly recycled materials.
Living at Valhalla will be like how we're meant to live, simply, beautifully, and together. Food, water, and electricity are plentiful. You're around like-minded people. There's always something exciting going on. There's always something new to learn or some new way to grow. This isn't just some hippie ideal. It's a feasible lifestyle, and we're making it a reality.
The most exciting part of Valhalla is the freedom it provides. With all of your basic needs met, you wake up each morning owning the day. You can follow your bliss without compromise. And the people best fit to change the world are those 100% absorbed in doing what they love to do.
With communities like Valhalla, anyone can do that.
Valhalla started in April 2012 with a handful of people who were tired of waiting for others to be the change that they wanted to see in the world. So we bought 60 acres of land with no clear vision, but we knew it needed to be done. We planted some trees, gathered some people, moved into a house together, started a website, and Valhalla was born.
The number one question is, how are we funding this? We're going after funding from all angles. We're attracting sponsors, trading the skills of Valhalla members for goods and services, seeking documentary funding, using crowdfunding campaigns, and selling merchandise made within the Valhalla community such as soap, candles, and yoga mats. We're also running local events that promote the ideals of Valhalla.
In 10 years, we will have created the world we wish to see today. The Valhalla movement will be a network of sustainable communities, learning from each other, and helping budding communities flourish.
The goal is to be mainstream. These communities will be a launch pad for social change and inspiration for the world to believe in sustainable living.
I don't know where to launch it.
Yeah! Happy thoughts, and to send as much love to this tire as we can for the next few seconds.
Probably the tire that received the most love ever. So when you have this amount of people helping you, it's very easy to get stuff done.
I feel like we accomplished a lot. I mean, we're only building a 10 by 20 greenhouse, and it's only the first building we're building here at Valhalla, and it took a lot of time. But that's kind of the point. So many people were telling us, no, 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 it's not going to happen, it's not possible. It's going to take you years before you're able to use tires in construction and stuff. And, well, I kind of beg to differ. And it couldn't have been possible without the help of all these great, super friendly, and awesome volunteers. Although our last crowdfunding campaign included a small budget to power our Farm of the Future Earthship-inspired greenhouse, the reality is that Valhalla's energy needs far outweigh the funds that we have set aside for such. In order to power the tools needed to build this greenhouse, we had to rent costly generators that have really slowed down the process of actually building something like this. However, this is all about to change, as we've created a new comprehensive energy plan that will suit the needs of the Valhalla movement that includes solar panels. The plan is to set up small independent sheds at different sites around the land in order to power the energy needs we have. An example of these energy needs would be an irrigation system built into the pond, which will come after these panels are installed. This will allow us to automatically water the hundreds of plants and trees we have spread all over, as well as filter and oxygenate the pond and allow plant and fish life to thrive within it. But before we get ahead of ourselves, none of this is possible without your support. Thanks for considering donating on the Valhalla Movement's Green Seed crowdfunding platform at valhallamovement.com.